Good morning, students. Hope you all are fine. Today, we will start a topic that is measuring volume, and in this, we will learn about the volume, its units, measuring equipments of volume, and understanding the meniscus. And all these topics are covered in your book on page number 99 to 100. So, we'll start with the volume. What is volume? Volume is the measure of space taken up by a solid object. To measure volume, we can use cubic centimeter or cubic meter to write it like this, cm cube. So volume is a measure of the space occupied by an object or substance. It's easily to find the volume of a regular shape, such as brick. Volume is equals to length into width into height. So 3 things we should know to find out the volume. Length into width into height, and this is the formula of volume. The units of measure for volume are cubic units. Now volume is in 3 dimensions, and these 3 dimensions are width, length and height. The SI unit of volume is the cubic meter, which is the volume occupied by a cube that measures 1 meter on each side. Now this very large volume is not very convenient for typical use in chemistry laboratory. So a liter is the volume of a cube that measures 10 centimeter on each side. Now liquids are more difficult to measure because liquids change their shape very easily and they take the shape of the container in which they are contained. To measure the liquids, we need some measuring equipments which should have scale on it. So the first one is graduated cylinder. It is also called measuring cylinder, and there's a scale you can see on it. So when we put any liquid inside it, when we pour any liquid inside it, we can find out the reading that what is the volume of this particular liquid. The second measuring equipment is syringe. So through syringe also we can find out the volume of a liquid. The third one is burette. You can see it's a glass tube and a scale is also present on it, and at the bottom you can see a stopcock, and this stopcock is a valve to control the liquid flow. Next one is pipette. Now pipette, it has a fixed volume. There is no scale on it, but it has a fixed volume. And the last one is volumetric flask. Now let's study what is meniscus. This is an upward or downward curve at the surface of a liquid in a container. A meniscus occurs because of surface tension. The word itself comes from the Greek for crescent, and you can easily see how it got its name. So what is meniscus? It's the upward or downward curve at the surface of a liquid. So because of this meniscus, it's difficult to read the reading of a liquid. So meniscus occurs when the molecules of liquid cling to the side of the glassware you are measuring. It is more prominent in a narrow tube. It is important to read the meniscus properly for an accurate measurement. So start by placing the glassware on a level surface. Position yourself to view the meniscus from the eye level. If viewing the meniscus from above or below this level, your estimation of the measurement will be inaccurate. Determine the value of the gradation mark just above and below the meniscus on the measuring cylinder. Visualize a line at the bottom of the cylinder and estimate where the line is in relation to the gradation mark above and below in order to determine the value for your measurement. So we would read this measurement as 9.60 milliliters. So in this way we can understand the meniscus, that your eye position is leveled with the surface of the liquid, and easily we can read the bottom reading of the meniscus. That would be the correct reading. Now there are two types of meniscus: lower meniscus and upper meniscus. Now lower meniscus is usually in the water. Okay, we read the bottom reading, that is the lower meniscus. And the upper meniscus, the example of upper meniscus in the mercury, it gives us the upper meniscus. So we read that upper reading to see how much volume of the mercury is there. Okay, now homework. Your homework is to define volume, give its units and equipments of measuring volume, explain why it is difficult to measure volume in liquids, and what is meniscus. That's all. Thank you so much, students. Take care. Goodbye.